I've seen several videos on YouTube where people use cofactors and only cofactors to find a determinant. Using just cofactors can be a lot of work. For instance, here is a 5 by 5 matrix. If you use just cofactors to find the determinant of this matrix, you're in for a whole lot of work. What else can we do? Well, along with cofactors, there's other things we can do. For instance, if we pull a common factor out of a row or a column, like this, we're going to take the 2 out. We get this matrix. The determinant of this matrix times 2 equals the determinant of this matrix. Okay, so we'll have to remember that we've pulled out a factor of 2. And now we're going to find the determinant of this matrix. Well, it's still about 5 by 5, and it's still a whole lot of work. So what do we do next? Well, we can multiply a row by any number and then add the result to another row without changing the determinant. We can do the same thing for columns. I'm going to use this row to make this column 0, aside from the 1. What I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply this row by -1 and add it to this row. And that puts a 0 here, and the other numbers or whatever they are. I'm going to multiply this row by -3 and add it to this row. That gives me a 0 and the other corresponding numbers. Similarly, I multiply this row by -6, add the result to this row to get this. I multiply this row by -5, add the result to this row to get this. Stop the video and look it over if you don't see what I did. Okay, so now the determinant of this is equal to the determinant of this. The determinant of this is equal to the determinant of this. Now I'm going to use cofactors. 1 times this determinant plus 0 times all the other cofactors. So I have the determinant of this is the same as the determinant of this, right? Because this is just this. Okay? Now, I could use this row to sweep out this column, which I do here. You can stop and see what I did. But just to show you that there's nothing special about rows, I'm going to use this column to sweep out this row. So I multiply this column by -2 and add it to this column to get this. I multiply this column by -3, add it to this column to get this. Multiply this column by -4, add the result to this column to get this. Now we'll use cofactors again. The determinant of this is the same as 1 times this determinant, which is here. Okay, now I'm going to just use the cofactor expansion all the way to get the determinant of this. That would be 3 times 10 times -20 minus 9 times -9. That's what this is over here. And then plus -7, 7 times 9 minus 10 times 13. That's this over here. And we just do the math, and we get 1/12. Now remember, we pulled out a factor of 2. 1/12 is the determinant of this, and this, and this, and this, and this. But 1/12 is not the determinant of the original matrix. We have to multiply 1/12 by 2 to get the determinant of this. We have to remember to use this factor here. So 2 times 1/12 is 224. If you go to Symbolab site, it'll do the determinant for you. You enter that original 5 by 5, and sure enough, its determinant is 224. Just for more practice with this multiplying rows or columns, let's look at this. That's over here. Now I'm going to multiply row 1 by 7 to get this. And I'm going to multiply row 3 by 3 to get this. All right. And now I'm going to just add row 1 to row 3 to get this. Now I'm going to say the determinant of this is 21, 10 times 31, 310, minus 22 times 91, which is 198. So the determinant of this is 21 times 112. Now I have to divide out by the 7 and 3. The determinant of this, before I multiplied by 7 and 3, is 112, as we found up here. Right. The determinant of this is 112. The determinant of this is 112 simply because if I multiply this by a 7 and a 3, and I do what I did here, I get 7 times 3 times 112. So that's more reinforcement about how you multiply a row. You have to remember to divide by the number. If you pull a number out of the row, you have to remember to multiply the final determinant by that number. Hopefully this has been helpful. You've got 3 tools that I've talked about. The old cofactor stuff, which you probably know, multiplying or dividing a row by a number or a column by a number, and then multiplying a row and column by a number and adding it to another row. And if you adjust the final answer by what you've multiplied by or divided by, you get the correct determinant. Okay, I hope that was helpful. So to sum up, this determinant of the original matrix is 212. And just for a quick review, I wanted the determinant of the original matrix, which did I say 212? The determinant of the original matrix is 224, excuse me. We know that now. I pulled the 2 out, so the determinant is going to be 2 times whatever the determinant of this is. I swept out this column. Therefore, I could say the determinant of this is just 1 times this. Here we are here. I swept out the first row. The determinant of this is the determinant of this. Well, 1 times that is all I need. I figured this determinant out, which was 112, times the 2 that I pulled out up here. I get 224, which is the right answer. Okay, and here's more stuff we did about multiplying rows by a number and remembering to take them out at the end to get the right answer of 224. Hope that was helpful. Thank you.